in glory again. It's act in the morning. I'll keep pushing, even when it's storming. Gunning for titles, I'll make my stand. Claiming glory or getting sacked in the morning.
Welcome back to Norway, and this is going to be basically a three-parter. It's effectively sort of the same episode, but if I put it all together, it'll be so long you'd get bored and stop watching, even earlier than almost everyone does. Right, so this bit is our transfer business so far. There is still plenty of the transfer window open. It goes on for ages in Norway, apparently. I think we've got at least a month. Let me have a look. 47 days left, so I mean, basically, we're pretty much done. Well, kind of. Actually, the person we're about to have a look at is why we might not be basically done. But, I mean, first one up, these are deals that we've got in the process but not yet completed. Anders Breistow, he's 18, might have very good potential, certainly looks reasonably solid at the moment, assuming these sort of average out, and I'm basically just trying to pick up some cheap talent to sort of like fill out the B team and see if, you know, if we get anyone with some good potential who might come through for us. And obviously they will then be homegrown, at least at nation, if not at club. So yeah, him from Rosenborg. This is the interesting one, Hossein Lotfi. We don't know that much about him. I think his agent brought him to our attention. He could be very good. He already had, and this has annoyed me, he had, you can see there, an £800,000 bid from Bodo Glimt. I was forced to pay $1 million for him. They wouldn't accept anything under that. You've already got a bid on the table for 800,000. Why can't I just match that bid? Anyway. So yeah, I don't know if, well, we must have done the contract. Yes, we've done the contract offer to him, I think. Yes, I have made the contract. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, so obviously what we have got is two right backs. Sasso Krizan, who looks like he probably will stay. He was decent at the end of last season once he sort of got into the system, and he is only 21, so you know he's one probably to keep. It's Robert Gumney who is at risk. He's decent. His attributes are good, and I mean he's on quite a bit of wage, but he is 32. So as you can see, his physicals are dropping a little, and if we can get this lad in to replace him, then obviously I will look to sell Gumney. Whether we'll get anyone buying him, there's no interest at the moment, and those wages are fairly high for what he is, so we might just have to upset him and put him in the B team. Of course, having him around, the way the registration rules are in Norway, you can sort of swap people in and out of that as long as you stick to the rules, and it would be, you know, him a straight swap with either. Well, actually not with Krizan, because I think Krizan does count as homegrown. Maybe, not sure actually. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Yes, he does count as homegrown in nation. So yeah, we wouldn't want to swap him out with Krizan, but we would be able to swap him sort of in and out with Lotfi if we needed to. Anyway, that's enough of that. Did we do anything at the end of last season? Not really, no. So, okay, now, the outs. Antoni Mikulko, however you pronounce that, it's Polish. I never quite know what you do with one of those L's with a line through it. He has gone to Brondby for only 42,000, but I mean he was just someone that we were paying last season without any hope of being able to play him. One of our extra foreigners, as indeed all this lot are. Ruben Raimundo, we got 375,000 for. I toyed with keeping him, but he's a natural defensive midfielder and we just don't play that. It would have been possibly useful for adaptability in the system if we felt we needed one, but I'm sure someone we've got in there can probably drop back into defensive midfield quite happily. Paulinho, another one you never saw, striker, went to Dinamo Bucharest. Could have got almost twice that for him, and he did annoy me because we got the bids up to 110,000, and I got a message at one point saying that if we didn't accept the bid from Arlesund, that he would get upset, and Arlesund was the one that was finally the best bid, and then he turned down the contract. So I ended up, as it turned out, Dinamo Bucharest were the first team to bid for him, and then they came back in when it all fell apart, and he's gone there. So it's my Romanian boys. I'm not sure if I've done them a favour. Who knows? And now you'll recognise the name Mike BORCHERS, I'm sure, who caused me so many problems at the end of last season when he started kicking up a fuss about his playing time. And I mean, he just did not play well for us. So getting 1.3 million for him, getting him off the books, more than happy with that. Now, the ins. Eric Kringstad is a centre-back, very good in the air, solid at everything else. Should be a useful option back there. Consistent, likes big matches. Basically what you need from a centre-back. So hoping for good things from him. He's dirt cheap, only on 35 grand a year, 125,000. Now, a foreigner that we have brought in, Michele Bersaggio, Italian central midfielder. Basically just good all round. He can probably do pretty much anything we ask of him. We're using him as a central midfielder on attack. So I'm expecting him to get into the box. He's got decent finishing, decent long shots. And yeah, I'm expecting good things from Bersaggio. A solid season. Again, consistent as well. So that's very handy. I mean, it says unlikely to improve. I know that. He's 28. I didn't buy him to improve. It's not really a downer. Now, most of the rest of these signings are like the other one that we saw earlier. Youngsters that we're just hoping maybe we can improve. Again, reasonable potential for Tobias Nordkveller. He's not too bad already as a wing back, but again, it's like filling out the B squad, who did actually get relegated last season. So I'm hoping that they can do a bit better this time round. Who else have we got? Lars Christer Gregor, also from Rosenborg, potentially good forward. Again, dirt cheap. So yeah, just taking a punt on a few cheap players who might come good if we can give them the game time and the training that they require. Now, Melkeren, neither one thing nor the other overly, because he can't cross or dribble as a fullback, and he really isn't great at heading the ball as a centre back, and lacks composure. But I thought, I'd take a punt on him. He was free, and we're only paying a little in his wages. This one did cost us a little bit more, 84 grand, as you can see, and is in a position that we don't really use much at all. It's one of our alternative tactic options, but again, he could get quite good. And I mean, ultimately, if we can get more than the 84,000 for him, if we can get something halfway between that, then that's good profit, and he's on dirt cheap wages. So I would be very happy to do that. Now, the other major signing is Ashton Muir, English-Scottish, and I wanted left wingers with a left foot. And Ashton Muir, he can play on the other side. I mean, theoretically, we could play him as inverted or inside forward on the other side. Probably inverted winger. His finishing isn't great. But yeah, he's got good acceleration, very good agility, so he should be quite a good dribbler. And yeah, he will happily slot in. You will see him in the first game that you see. Again, consistent, likes big matches, supposedly could be a star at this level, and yeah, hoping he's gonna slot in there nicely. So that is the transfer dealings, basically. So it's a fairly consistent squad to last season. There's not much in the way of changes, and certainly in the initial lineup, Basaggio will not start the next game because he's not quite as sharp as Hagen yet, but he probably would be first choice there. Ashton is going in to start this one, and yeah, pretty much the rest of that side you already know. But yeah, like I say, I'm not sure there's going to be much more activity. I am still, if we go to the second team, still trying to get rid of Jens Petter Hauge. Can't seem to get him palmed off anyone, or Anas Salahedin. At the moment, they both seem okay with being in the second team, so if the worst comes to the worst, we'll leave them there. I mean, we are paying, certainly for him, a lot of wages. Actually, for both of them. I mean, that's 700,000 in wages that I could probably do with getting back. I mean, it would leave me able to maybe look at, I mean, possibly a star centre-back. Centre-back, we're a bit mediocre at, in all honesty. I mean, Hendricks, I think, is probably better than it gives him on the star ratings there. Ingenito, I'm not sure about. He looks to have sort of run his course as far as improving is concerned. So maybe we would look at getting a star centre back. I might have a bit of a look at that. It's not like we haven't got the money. We have got. I mean, obviously, $1 million would come off of that if we signed lot fee. Might get some of that back with Gunme. You never know if we can just shift those other two. Who knows? But that would still leave us a good, like 2.8 million to look for a centre back that would really actually improve us and bolster us there. Preferably a Norwegian one, obviously. But we'll see. So anyway, I'm short and sweet with the transfer sub. Well, relatively short and hopefully relatively sweet. But that is our activity so far. The reason I am telling you that now is because tonight we have a game away to Luzern of Switzerland. It's our Europa Conference League knockout playoff round because they couldn't make that the name of that round any longer. And I don't know what sort of odds we are. I think we stand a chance, but it could go either way. So the next two episodes will basically be the first leg and the second leg of that, unless it's a blowout in either direction in the first leg, in which case you probably won't see the second one. But that's the transfer business for now. So join me again soon for the first leg of our Europa Conference League knockout playoff round match with Luzern. Until then, thank you for joining me, and like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.